copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Damn, gotta clear my throat already. Yeah, we're at the shop. We're live. We're open. Let's hang out for a little bit. Mic check 1 2 1 2. How you do? What a blazer, Gerald Sharon. See some of you in the chat. Hopefully, we're not having glitches today on YouTube. Yesterday was kind of weird. Yeah, I heard other channels experiencing some of those glitches as well. So heads up. I don't know if things got recalibrated over here on YouTube, but we are live on other platforms. So just a heads up. Yeah, anything weird starts happening, please let me know. And I appreciate everyone yesterday sending me messages, letting me know what was going on. So I was able to inform everybody else during the live. And yeah, stuff like that could make you kind of panic. You never know. And I do see everyone's comments popping up here. Welcome on in. It is Thursday, and it's a hot one out here. We're up in the low 80s today. No issues yet, says Blazer. All right. And so things warming up out here in SoCal. Yeah, look at me. I'm in the cutoff. Got shorts. It's summer out here again. It's crazy. We talked about the weather just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. We're getting that rain and snow in the mountains. Now it's hot. And I'm sure you can still probably see some of that snow up in the mountains up there. And so, yeah, be careful if you're up that way. Still kind of dangerous, I hear, up in the mountains. Yeah, don't let the weather fool you. Always check the weather, and we should do that today. 48 says Blazer out in Montana. Yeah, we've been getting in the habit of doing this. And why are we going live, some may ask? Well, we're going live because we got a little news to break. Yeah. And we'll get into some other little topics. But yeah, it's going to be a squatchy afternoon. Hopefully you're in for it. And hopefully the waters don't get too rough on us. Glitch, I don't even know what chat I'm in. Says, whoa, Garrow, what's going on, bro? You feeling all right? Did you get your 420 break early? What's going on? Someone hotboxed the chat already? Is Hillbilly Herb in here? Yeah, let's get into these habits. Yeah, if you're going to the mountains, if you're going to the beach, if you're going to the desert, check the weather. Don't sleep on the issue. There it is, 83 Boyle Heights. You can see the run down there. Sierra's 54, Death Valley 83. So damn, we're just as warm as Death Valley right now. Mendocino 65. What's up, Maya Starfire? Where you at? Hope you're having a great day out there. Yeah, probably getting a little, let's see, cloudy up in Mendo. Garberville also looking cloudy. 66 Trinidad. 58, San Fran 67, Bay Area. Wow. Weaverville 61. I got to take my brother. I think my brother, he's been out to Trinity County now that he's all into the metals, gold, and all that. Uh-oh, I got a customer returning. Give me 1 second. Keep an eye out for Squatch out there, y'all. All right. Had to make sure my customers are satisfied. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Volume, sir. All right. Yeah, I just had a customer come through and she got something, a couple of things, and the things weren't fitting. So I just gifted her a bigger device. It was a roller, be able to roll cigarettes. And so the papers she got weren't fitting in the, I guess the roller was too small, the papers are too big. So I just kicked her down a bigger roller. And she is a bit handicapped, so I had to help her out a little bit. And thank you for your patience. Yeah, no, she's very happy now. So glad we took care of her. And hopefully, I'm sure she's going to have a great day now. What's up, Jonaside? SNX Radio. What's going on? We're checking out the Smith River here. Save the Redwoods League. Yeah, you gotta give some love to those Redwoods as well. Oh, I miss them. Anyway, let's pop this back out over here. And yes, we are on duty, taking care of business. And check this out. So right now, Bigfoot Mapping Project, one of our preferred sites to go to for Bigfoot reports. Right now, I don't know if they're recalibrating the site or what's going on, but right now you cannot pull up any reports. See, yesterday we reported think we went live yesterday. I'm not sure, but there's no reports pulling up for the U.S. here or Canada. You have the older reports, all these yellow ones throughout the world there. So maybe they're cleaning up the site. I don't know. The last stream, there was one report out of near Vancouver out of BC that was pretty freaking wild. It was talking about Bigfoot's coming out of orbs, Bigfoot's mating, and there was a family of them. And yeah, who remembers that? And, you know, I had to chuckle a little bit because I don't know if it was a bogus report. We've gotten bogus reports here before. And there it is. Darn it. Sorry, I didn't have that pulled up. And I was just zooming right now, just a few seconds ago, because sometimes you have to zoom in and out, drop the squatch in and out, you know, to see if reports pop up. And normally when you zoom down, there we go. There are Bigfoots. Usually they weren't pulling up earlier. Now they're pulling up. But like I was saying, you can't see yesterday's reports. Usually they'll turn different colors depending on how much time they've been there. Bigfoot Fades, salute to you. What's going on? Good to see you here. We're going to report right quick. There's some fresh BFRO reports. I just wanted to touch on the Bigfoot mapping project website that this, you know, they're probably doing some maintenance here. Maybe they were taking down that report that I was just mentioning about the mating and the orbs and all that. And who knows, maybe that was a legit report. You know, we did read it off fully. Had a little bit of a chuckle because of the mating Bigfoot. Gosh, you know, that's you don't want to visualize that. But yeah, no reports are pulling up right now. So I would imagine maybe some maintenance being done. So just a little heads up there. And so I checked this daily. And also this morning I seen a short, you know, we mentioned Jeremiah Byron being on with BMR, Bigfoot Michigan Rob recently, and it was a super cool show. I see Jeremiah posted a short, and it was like something like, "I'm not a Fed." Like, I guess people are accusing him of possibly being a Fed or something like that. And yeah, I had to have a little chuckle at that one. Anyone peep that out yet? P&W Rush, what's going on, brother? Salute to you as well. Blazer, checking in with you again, making sure your comments are sticking. Bigfoot Wilderness Research. Y'all go check out Bigfoot Wilderness Research. Eyeballs are popping out here. And he's in the chat. And, you know, thank you again, brother Todd, for coming by and visiting. He came by with Carrie. And I'm going to add him as, I'm surprised he's not a moderator already. We're going to give you a shield there. Don't freak out. You're going to get a message, Todd. And I'm just adding you as a moderator. You're going to be added blue. So then you could post links, you know, time people out if you'd like. You know, if there's someone in the chat you don't like or something, you could time them out. I'm just kidding. Todd wouldn't do that. But anyway, yeah, Todd, great Bigfoot channel. And these guys are like, someone told me, a little bird told me, these guys are the real deal. I got to spend a lot of time with Todd. And my next video that I keep procrastinating, have it in the burner, is going to be mostly with Todd, because Todd got to spend like about a week or so together up at Bluff Creek after everyone had left the first week. Todd and I got to spend some time, and Todd took me all over the place, around those hills, places I'd never seen, and we found some interesting things. Didn't get too crazy. I'll let you know. It didn't get too crazy, but we found some interesting things. It was fun. It was worth it. And thank you again, Todd, for taking me around and showing me things. He showed me where he had his sighting, where he's found footprints, and it was just an amazing time. And we're going to hop on over to the BFRO right quick so we could just get into the juiciness of today's stream. Let's see here. Can y'all see that? All right, boom. So BFRO reports posted since February 1st, 2026. And someone shared, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Blazer. Brother Blazer, man, you've been doing amazing as a moderator and as a supporter. We got to big you up all the time, bro. And Blazer and I have been chopping it up behind the scenes and just yeah, having a good time. So thank you, brother Bleezy. Let's see. I don't want to say it in front of a ton of channels and all of his sections intense. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Bigfoot Phase chopping it up there. Yeah, crazy show over on SNX radio the other night as well. It got hot. And I forget the gentleman's name, but I do remember seeing that alien. And I did do a stream on it once because that alien, this guy did supposedly an autopsy, I think it was. I kind of came in late, but he said he did an autopsy or no, didn't have to do, I guess, an autopsy because it had a wound in its head. But yeah, it got weird. He had an alien in a freezer and there was pictures. He shared the pictures. Wild show. But yeah, the picture reminded me of the alien from Fire in the Sky. And during the stream, I had pulled that up. I was like kind of making a little comparison. And yeah, I don't know if anyone else noticed that. Fire in the Sky, crazy movie. That bugged me out as a kid. Anyway, yeah, so Bigfoot report here added just this AM, February 2026, Oklahoma. Yeah, we hear a lot about Oklahoma. That's one of those states. And give me a sec. All right, 1 second, folks. We're going to handle some quick business again. This will be quick. Y'all chop it up in the chat. I'll be right back. Camera, stay right there. Thank you. Was that quick or what? Wham. All right. Quick like a bunny. And here we go. So this report just added this morning. I noticed it this morning. Class A. That's like top notch, right? Like face to face. You seen something. You seen some eyes, some cheekbones, perhaps, some hair. 2 days ago, it says here, a family of 3 spots a tall Sasquatch on power line Eastment, miles northwest of Durant. Or is it Durant? Durant. Y'all feel free to correct me. But power lines, hello. Should that be in your notes? And hopefully I'm not yelling too loud. I'm a little excited. I get excited when we get these new reports. And, let's get into it. So report 79845 Class A submitted by witness Katie Gibson on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. And we read that title there. Year 2026, spring, February 24th, Oklahoma, Bryan County. And we got anyone from out that way? What's up, Richard? 5 degrees below zero in Anchorage, Alaska. Brr. So, location details, investigator Matt Moneymaker, I would imagine, M&M, says MM, their notes. The GPS for the power line poles the Sasquatch walk besides is right there for you. That's super cool that they're giving that information up, Sometimes some stuff's got to be private. And if, you don't mind sharing the information, then hey, that's always good too. That helps out. But I understand things got to be private sometimes. But I do like to see stuff from people that are in the field doing things, I'd like to see what they're doing. some videos or whatever it is. Maybe you got some casts, and a lot of you are doing it, and I love, and you're getting stuff from different people as well, which is super cool. Um, I love all that. So show me what you got. Nearest town is Silo Road, nearest road. Observe, we came up on the Washita River at the end of Start Road, East 2020 on Silo, Oklahoma, or in Silo, Oklahoma. He was across the river walking across a power line assessment or easement, is it? Yeah, I've never heard of that word. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure something to do with power lines. Easement, I think it's pronounced. He seen us come up over a hill. He stopped. I got out of the truck, and when he stood up and went towards the woods, I was shaking and knew what I was seeing. Wow. I hollered as loud as I could to get his attention. Whoa. He stopped, turned, and looked for maybe a second and then disappeared into the woods, like we hear so many times. The whole experience lasted maybe 15 seconds. Without a doubt, it was a Bigfoot. He or she, so I guess they didn't get to see that much, was at least 7 to 8 feet tall and could tell that still even being across the river down the easement a ways. Had a little trouble with that there. Hopefully that made sense. If not, you could go back and reread that. Had dark brown hair and had a red tint. Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of this reddish, brownish, reddish brown, red colors lately, or glow. So maybe was the sun hitting it or something? Or was Bigfoot just shining? I've heard, and shout out to the homie Bigfoot Anon. I remember he told me he got to go on one of those cruises. I think it was one of the Alaska cruises, which they're doing again. And DP was on there. Y'all should know who DP is. Yeah, we're going to bring him up again. We bring him up every show. I don't mean to. It just kind of goes that way. And I was like, oh, man, did he share anything new or anything, that, you thought was interesting? And I don't know if Connor got to speak that time. I don't know but I know he was attending one of those cruises. And yeah, he told me that DP was talking about the Squatches smearing bear grease on them to be able to, like, I guess, cloak and hide and stuff like that. Maybe that was that little shine he got, that soul glow. What you know? Oh yeah, it says there, red tint or glow in the sunlight that was going down behind him. It was around 5:30 in the evening. Also notice it was just a normal evening of driving out to the river, and there he was. Yep, just doing your thing, not squatching, not looking for squatch. And Bigfoot pops up. So other witnesses, the three of us, it says, and we were driving up over a hill, and he saw us. My husband, 44, my stepson, 23, and myself, 39. Other stories: in October 21st, 2008, my husband was fishing in the Washita River by himself at about 2 a.m, and he swears he heard what he believes is a Bigfoot in the woods that grunted a very, very vocally loud, and it scared him so bad that when he got back to the shore, he almost left his boat and everything he had with him. He had to muster up the courage to get his things, and he did so very fast and got out of there. Whoa. So previous experiences in the area. Very interesting. Beware of the cinnamon toast squatch, says Blazer. What's up, Jeff? We got the milkman in the house. And the follow-up reports I usually don't read, but I'm sure you could squeeze out maybe some more information out of there, some more data. And don't tell me my customer's coming back. Oh Lord, give me 1 second. No problem. Give me 1 second. All right. We still happy. We still happy. It's all good. Damn, looking murky up there in Del Norte. And yeah, she so the other device that I just told you I switched up for it didn't work, so she switched back to the smaller one, and she's just gonna cut the ends of the papers to make sure that they fit. So yeah. Yeah, that's I'm sure she's someone's granny too. She's go granny. All right. So interesting report there from the BFRO, super fresh 2 days ago, it says. And we do have a little bit of mappage to share as well. Let's see. There it is. There's some maps there with some white arrows. You know, people get offended with red arrows and red circles and stuff. I don't mind it. Help me. Help me. Help me find what you're seeing. You need to put an arrow, 2 arrows, 3 arrows, yellow arrows. Still haven't found my eraser. Went flying yesterday. Yeah, show me what you got. So super cool. There it is, folks. Let's see what else we got. A little more map there. Some yep. You got a Lake Texoma there. Is that a mix between Texas and Oklahoma? So pretty big body of water. We usually point those things out just because Politis does. And I do think there's a correlation, you know, Bigfoot's walking through creeks and waterways and stopping to get some water somewhere. Yeah. Makes sense. And here's a view of this is the Tishomongo, the Tishomongo National Wildlife Refuge in Oklahoma. Very beautiful. And there you have it. So hopping on over to, and I wonder if Jeremiah even knows that we use his website now to check out reports. So I'm going to focus. Usually I'll focus on wherever, let's say we're focused on this area of Oklahoma. I'll try to put up other reports from different sources, different databases. And according to Jeremiah's reports, let's see, there's Durant there. So I'm thinking it's, you know, this area around here. I don't see that big old body of water we're checking out right now, but yeah, I would imagine. So I see a couple of reports there. Let's see this one. It says, oh yeah, we read that one. That was the truck stop one. So here we go. Tishomingo. Yeah, pronounce that It's Tishomingo. Did I say that earlier? I don't know. Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge. If I said that incorrectly, this is Lake Texoma, which we are just checking out. Tishomingo Wildlife Refuge. Witness states they and their son heard trees breaking and an inhuman barrier breaking growl while fishing at dusk. Very interesting, because that was the other reports that we had heard from this initial report submitted was that the hubby was out there fishing 2 a.m. somewhere, and it's probably the same place. I didn't gotta look into that. It might be the same area there. So heard a growl while fishing at dusk. No natural forest sounds were present. Witness later experienced pacing sounds and an overwhelming sense of being watched while alone. Oof. Getting that squatchy feeling. And we got a growl here. Where's our growl at? Right. Damn. Well, we know that if you're out fishing and you're getting Bigfoot activity, or if you just sense, that squatchy feeling, and you are catching fish and not just fishing, because we know the difference, leave a fish for Bigfoot, right? You got to, bro. At least one. But if you're doing good, I'd leave a few. And so yeah, that's another report there from Bigfoot Society. And I did check a few things over here on Bigfoot Encounters to see if there was anything, because the Bigfoot Encounters usually are older reports, as I don't think they're taking new reports at the moment. I did get to ask someone who's affiliated recently. I think they were on BMR or Paranormal Paul's show, I believe it was. Carl was his name. And so yeah, for Oklahoma, I did a quick little scan and didn't see much for Durant or any of those areas. But there are several reports here, and then there's one that has a throwback. And I was curious. I did click on one here. It was out of Glass Hills of Eastern Oklahoma, and it says 1980. Yeah, I like the throwback stuff too. 1980s, and it has a sketch in it. So I thought that'd be cool to check out. I love composite descriptions of not only criminals that are out there. They're kind of creepy, I know, but Sasquatches. And we know who is it? Sibylla Irwin is like a pro at that, right? She's super talented with drawing and her art and stuff, and she'll be drawing a lot of squatches, which is cool. A lot of times from experiencers. So that's an amazing talent there. What up, Gary Spikes? Lots of sightings around Durant, but they don't report them to BFRO. Wow. And Gary, you're in Oklahoma, right? If I'm not mistaken. We got Gary Spikes, another top-notch moderator. And yes, he's blue here. Val, cheers to you. Yeah, very interesting stuff there. Let's see. Heading on over to Bigfoot Report database. And this is a fun one. I like this one. I don't know if anyone's been checking these sites out and doing some scanning, maybe checking out your areas or maybe areas of interest to you. But I always enjoy checking it out, even on my own, and even better when we could do this live. So thank you again for joining us on this Thursday. And so according to, I punched in Durant, Oklahoma into the search engine, and it says Bryan. So it's Bryan County, Oklahoma. And this is what it pulled up. It pulled up 2 reports here. One of them says witness described dog-like creature near Lake Texoma. So we got a dogman here. What's going on? Pretty scary. And yeah, you hear, I've heard many dogman reports out of Oklahoma, Bigfoot reports for sure. And yeah, so it says Texas-Oklahoma border. So in March 2023, a witness reported seeing a tall wolf-like creature while traveling near Durant, Oklahoma, close to Eisenhower State Park. The witness noted that they were leaving their uncle's place, which is located on the outskirts of Durant, when you could check the rest of that report out. And it says here, witness describes recent Bigfoot sightings in Lake Texoma area, Oklahoma. The witness, Steve, reported a significant Bigfoot sighting that occurred during a camping trip in the Lake Texoma area. This area is reportedly known for an increase in Bigfoot sightings, as discussed in a recent live call-in show hosted by a Bigfoot podcaster, I would imagine. I don't know. Bino, what up, brother? Cheers. Welcome on in. Lori, cheers to you as well. We're going to get Bino be chilling. We're going to hand him a shield as well. And again, folks, feel free to share any links. If you got any links pertaining to tonight's reports, hey, share them. And don't forget, we got the post section on the channel. You know what else I noticed was, so I was like, oh, wolf, dogman or werewolf report. So I've kept this cryptid map up that our good friend Jeff Albiad has shared. What up, Jeff? Hopefully you're listening to this live. If not, I know you'll catch it on the rebound, homie. And hopefully you're having a great day at work. If you're not, hopefully you're having a great day off. But here we have, let's see, where was there's Durant there. And so we got a paw nearby. And so this one is also a dogman. It says over 10 feet tall. Have y'all heard of stuff like that? These dogmen getting that big? I think I've heard about 7 feet, but not much higher than that. But who knows? I don't know. I'm not really into the dogman thing. Yeah, it's there. I believe that, yeah, it's possible that, I wouldn't doubt it. All these reports, at first I was like, dude, there's no way. But just like Bigfoot, right? And so if you could have Bigfoot, I guess you could have everything else. So it's a weird world, wild realm we're in, and hopefully you're enjoying it today. Appreciate the thumbs up. I see we bumped up 15 there. Hopefully we get a few more. We don't mind them. It says tonight's guest, Buster, used to spend a lot of time in the outdoors hunting and fishing. Because he had spent so much time in the woods, he thought he knew about all of the creatures that called the woods home. Late one night, he found out how wrong he was about that when he encountered something he was convinced came straight from hell. And we're let's see, we do have where the hell are you, werewolf? There you are. There it is. All right. We hope. All right. So there's a link to the show there if anyone's interested. And we hope you'll tune in and listen to Buster recount what happened to him the night he had an encounter with a creature that was over 10 feet tall. So, again, this map here is fun to look at. They do have some classic old reports here. And this is what's it called? Project Darkwood Cryptid. And we've had fun reading some trippy reports there. Gives it a little twist to the whole Bigfoot thing. And let's see, switching gears. There's been, darn, I didn't pull it up, but I did notice that looks like STM, man, they've been pumping them out, and props to them for doing their thing. And I see here, this is going to be, and I did set my notification. It says Into the Red River Gorge, Bigfoot Beyond the Trails. So yeah, I don't know if Alex is going to be on that one. So where would that be? Because I know the Red River it comes up, especially with the area we're just talking about, Oklahoma. I believe that it kind of splits Texas and Oklahoma as well, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh no, is that Brown Springs? Yeah, that's Brown Springs. I'm getting it confused. Getting confused. It happens to me. I don't know why I was thinking Brown Springs, but Red River, is there a connection there? Someone in the chat, let me know. What up, Bim Jim? Is the giant one called Dugway? Gugway with the G? I don't know. It's just, I've learned of those, but yeah, I wonder. I wonder if a Gugway is just a normal, well, normal, what we think as a normal Bigfoot, just pissed off. What's Gary saying? Ooh, they're talking about LBL up in the chat there. So yeah, I don't know what. I'll have to check this out and find out. All right, so let's see if we could pull this up right quick. Bigfoot news. I seen that the UK is supposedly getting all these Bigfoot reports. Is that true? Let's see here. We're doing a quick Brave search. And let's see if it pulls it up again. It did on my last search. I was like Bigfoot news 2026. And yeah, it looks like they took that off. Yeah, they had mentioned all these reports supposedly being, I guess, I don't know, submitted or what, but over in the UK in the beginning of this year. So just in these couple of months that have gone by, they've gotten a rash of Bigfoot reports. Could it be that more people are getting into the topic? Could they be bogus reports? What's going on there? I don't know. But today I did see, this is exciting. Yeah, because it said old world dwarfs. And many of you know we're into the old world topic here. Tartaria, resets, old worlders, and mud flutters. Yeah, we love it. Diving into her story. What up, bro? Hear from John P. What it do? Welcome on in. So yeah, my lunch break, one of my favorite channels on the topic, has dropped another video, and he had one previously, and it was I think it was titled Old World Dwarfs. And it was actually, when he released it, it was banned. So I think you can still find the banned version, and it'll have like red tape in a cross across the thumbnail, and then the remix censored version, but it's a good one. And this one kind of recaps it. I felt like it was almost like like it was that other video. Once again, a lot of that information is recapped here, and it could possibly be just the same video and then maybe with more information. But what's interesting, because we talk about little people here along with Bigfoot, you know, the little people come along, and we've gotten into it, and we'll continue to get into it because I'm fascinated by it. The duendes. Yeah, so this talks about dwarves living inside of mountains, and they touch on Germany, and he touches on a particular case, a missing persons case. It was actually 3 Germans, and where have we heard about missing Germans that go hiking and stuff like that, right? Missing 411 phenomenon. Here we go. So that brought up red flags. And so if you get into it, this could be some clues into the missing 411 phenomenon, folks. And we've known about little people taking people, right? And I'll mention it again, as well as Bigfoot, as well as you know, I guess other creatures. I'm sure Dogman would like to eat you, but I hear a lot of times too, they just like to scare you. But yeah, no, I'm sure Bigfoot has eaten people, and they used to. I've heard that. And I'd love to know more about the little people, but there's so little information. No, there's quite a bit. There's we've touched on it. And it depends. There's so many. There's within the little people. There's different kinds, right? All different types of smaller humanoid beings. We've heard about everything from the orang pendek to the Homo floresiensis. I think I'm saying that right. Out of Flores, Indonesia. There's the duendes in Latin America and Spain. I'm sure in Portugal, they probably call it the same thing. Yeah, different types. The leprechauns, brownies, and we could go on, right? And we'll make a show on it. But I wanted to touch this because this is a new video, so please check this out and keep the missing 411 phenomena in mind. I actually sent this to Dave over on X. Hopefully he checks that out, and because I'm sure he'll find it fascinating. I think so. What up, Diesel? Ever see those fairy houses I posted? Yes, we did, bro. Yeah, and I've found stuff like that in the Redwoods too. I've because in the Redwoods you could go inside of Redwoods, and one time I went inside of one at a particular spot that I like to visit. And man, let me tell you, there's all these little things. There's even like little. It looked like oats. They left oats. I did a video on it, and it's been posted. And there was little crystals and rocks all stuck throughout the inside of the redwood, and the oats were sprinkled outside a little opening of the redwood that looked like a window, and out of that window you could see, because we were in a higher elevation at this particular park, you could see it drops down really low, so you have this high view. It was just the perfect spot, man. You could just chill in there. I'm sure Bigfoot probably chills in there, and it's right across the street from a residential area, and I used to live actually down the block. And it was just the weirdest thing. And someone was like, "Oh yeah, that's like some fairy offerings, the oats and the different things we've seen in there, different stones and stuff." It was super cool, and I didn't get no negative vibe or anything. I didn't take anything from there either. I left all the crystals, all the stones, left everything how it was. Just took a video, hung out in there for a bit. What up? We got Fart Blaster. Wild Man. That one was ready to go, bro. Salute to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tapping in, bro. So, yeah, Wild Man. When we gonna have you on here, Wild Man? You're one of the main ones I want to have on here. And Noble, Patrick Noble, cheers to you, brother. It says, "Seek the mirror, Grasshopper Glenn. You will find the little people." Interesting. And you know what? There was actually another video I had pulled up, and I got it saved on my save to watch later list. And it was actually, should we pull it up? It was talking about a psychedelic mushroom, and I had heard of it before, but I've never taken these. And it says it'll have you seen the little people, which I would not doubt. Other mushrooms could have you do that too. But I guess this particular strain is exactly for that or something. I didn't watch the video yet. Let's see, view my channel. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can see my history here. Y'all gonna see my history. Oh, look, there's Donnie Cho there. Jackie Barnes. Hey. Norca. I see you. All right. Let's see. Save to watch later. And a heads up, viewer discretion be advised. We don't know what's gonna pop up in our watch later. Y'all gonna see. Let's see. Is it here? Nope, I don't see it. Oh, here we go. The mushroom makes you see tiny people. Lan Maoa asiatica. Where my fun guys at? Where my mycologists? Y'all heard of this one? So I got that saved. Gonna watch that later. And look at that. 11 things you should never do after uploading a YouTube video. I probably do all those 11 things. Snowball fight gone wrong. NYPD. What happened? They get pelted. Whoa. All right, folks. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this. But what up, William Nighthawk? Salute to you, brother. Shrooms, also known as when pigs fly. Yeah, adding pigs to the flight log. Hit the like button, everybody. Hey, we appreciate that. So Wasamatu, I think that's how you, is that how you pronounce that? Mycorrhiza. Yeah, we use the mycorrhiza when we grow our plants. Dust some of that on. Shout out to the homie, came through with some GT kombucha. Cheers. Got the pineapple one here. All right, let's wrap this baby up, y'all. It is, let's see, almost an hour. Not too bad. Let's check our notes before we cut it. I've been answering comments, catching up with old comments. So heads up, folks, you might be receiving some comments from like a year ago, 6 months ago, maybe further back. The homie came through the other day, dropped off a bunch of like headphones, mics. Yeah, extra mics. And he's like, "Yeah, test out the mics." But I'm always hesitant because, I just want to roll and not worry about, but we'll test it out sometime, bro. We're going to give it a test just because he blessed us with this. And what up, Russell? Blowing up the emojis there. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Where you at? Yeah. Check this out. Pretty cool. So we appreciate that. And, we get blessed like that a lot. Thank goodness. Thank Jah. A lot of these, stuff back here have been things people have given us and stuff. And so I guess I always keep an extra one of these. It came with two. So, but if we ever have extra people for whatever reason, one day we'll have a whole studio here. Trust me. We planted that seed in bro's head already. So it's sprouting and it's going. We're going to set that up, get a nice studio going. And then I won't have to bring my stuff. I won't have to haul my stuff back and forth. Yes, I haul all my stuff back and forth, set it up. And so, yeah, man, blessed us with that. And also a really rad tripod. Which, let's see, I think I could reach it from here. And I don't know if he wants to remain anonymous or I could put you on blast, bro. Follow me. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. I just had a tiny one for the longest time. Actually, there was a fire across the street from the shop here. And one of the guys that lived there was unfortunately lost a bunch of stuff. But one of the things he salvaged was his tripod. And it works. But he was over. He's like, dude, you want it? And so this is what I've been rocking. It's a little one. It works well. But this other tripod is on another level. So I'm sure we'll put that to use somehow. And yeah, we appreciate when people come through like that. Y'all got stuff you don't need. And, we could put it to use out in the field or here in the studio or in the shop. Feel free to bless us. Let me check the chat here, see what's going on. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Who else do we got up in here? William says, puff, puff, give. Yeah, man, left-hand side. Pass the Dutchie. Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. And I want to thank everyone again. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And we will be in touch. Any other reports come through, we will be jumping on here live. Any speed chases popping off? We didn't have any speed chases yesterday, so heads up today. Should probably check now in case anything's popping off. But yeah, I'll probably be checking out whoever's going live later today as well. So I'll catch you on the YouTube streets. Tap in with us. Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop, 3925 East Olympic Boulevard, East Los Angeles. Yes. And you could follow us on Instagram as well. And booyah, we're out, folks. Appreciate y'all. One love. One love. And if you're wondering why I got to clear my throat so much all the time, it's because of that ganja. Here we go.